Red Hammer, it's all good. Stuart Marston, good. Hedge Fund, hi Peter, pictures excellent. Yeah, we've had a glimpse, haven't we? Okay, so let's do, right, if you've just come in, there's 58 people in now. Not so many as normal because people have got cheesed off, haven't they, and they've gone, but I'm sure more will come in. But I'm still going to do the Ladyboy competition, and I've still got some funny adverts for you, and we're still going to have a discussion, and I've still got this news for you, but I've just got to find the news articles. There they are. Right, okay. Okay. Did you know if you're well, I suppose if you're in the UK this won't matter, but there's a story, the Bangkok hospital in Pattaya now, they're giving the Pfizer vaccine to expats free of charge. It says an opportunity has announced for expats in Pattaya who have yet to be vaccinated to get a free Pfizer vaccine. Bangkok Hospital Pattaya, who earlier this month offered free AstraZeneca vaccines to the expert and local foreign community, has opened registration today for foreigners to get inoculated with the Pfizer vaccine. The vaccine program is open. So basically, if you're in Thailand, you want to get a free shot, just go to the Bangkok hospital in Pattaya. All right, let's see what everybody's saying. Okay. Yeah, everyone's saying the picture's perfect now, so that's good. Neil Thompson, all good in the hood. Yeah, okay, everybody's in agreement. Guys, you know what? There's 73 people in now. I don't know if I'll get back up to 200 like I did before, but thanks, guys, for sort of hanging around and coming back. It means a lot to me. I think it's time for a beer. I haven't done anything yet, but it's time for a beer, isn't it? Right, yeah, Eugene Vincent, absolutely agree. Must go on. Calm down, it's great, Harry says. I do get flustered, you know, when you're... It does. It puts you in a horrible situation. You know, you ask anybody who's got a YouTube channel, when it goes wrong, it's not bad. When you make a video, it's okay because you can go in and edit it and nobody sees it. I mean, I all the videos I put out, they're all edited. You know, I cough, I sneeze, and everything. But when you're live, you can't figure it out, and you know people are sitting there watching it. It's bloody awful, to be honest with you. Okay, let's talk about Thailand again and all your questions and see what's going on. Right, we've been talking about this Cameron all night. Okay, so Dutch Flang, yeah, thanks for that. Dee, hello everybody. I'll stick that up there. Hi, Dee. Red Hammer, best get another K ready. Right, talking of K, did you hear that really unusual story today about that K-pop artist? So this is unbelievable, really. There's a girl. I'll get the full story up. Let me put a picture up while I'm telling you about it, because this story is, I couldn't believe it when I read it. Right, so this is the girl here. She's got she's either Thai or she's mixed Thai, but basically somebody in the government booked this girl. She's a famous Korean. She's in a band, a famous K-pop Korean band, and they booked her to perform in Phuket. Well, they didn't book her. I'll say it again. They announced to everybody that they were going to book her to have her perform in Phuket on New Year's Eve or something like that. And they didn't even check to see if she was available. And when they checked to see if she was available, she wasn't. So let me just read out the story for you. Like I say, it's quite unbelievable, really. So the title says, government blames miscommunication for Lisa's no-show. Government officials previously said Lisa, the Thailand-born singer from the Korean girl band Blackpink, and Italian tenor Andrea Bocelli have confirmed their bookings, for which the ministry has set a budget of 100 million baht to hire them. The top tourism official on Friday admitted he misled the media with his claim that K-pop superstar Lisa Blackpink would be joining New Year's Eve festivities in Thailand without waiting for her confirmation first. The tourism and sports minister, who has said multiple times that the musician has all but confirmed her multi-million baht appearance for the Countdown Festival on Phuket Island, said there was a miscommunication with the public. Lisa's label YG Entertainment said yesterday she will not be coming to Phuket. I mean, that's kind of unbelievable, isn't it? The one thing I got out of that story, though, was the fee that they were prepared to pay her to come to Thailand to do this show. They're talking in the millions of bahts. Now, with all the starving people around, I would have thought that money would have been better spent on maybe soup kitchens and things like that. You know, there's a lot of hungry people at the moment in Thailand, isn't there? And to sort of blow millions of... I never, ever criticize the government, ever. But it just seems to me like if I was in charge, I've got 10 million. Do I get a K-pop pop star in, or do I take that 10 million and put it into food banks? I know what I'd choose anyway. Okay, what you guys say now? Yeah, I am relaxing now, Stephen. I really am, honestly, mate. Right, okay. Nobody's saying anything about Thailand at the moment. Right, okay. Right, what's that about the beach? Tower. Is it Hod or Tower? Yeah, Hod. Looks good, but I suspect that beach behind you is fake. No, the beach isn't fake, but me being there is fake because it's a green screen. Okay, but I know what you mean. Right, say hello to Dave. Oh, I'll tell you who I must say hello to because he did remind me. I spoke to him today. There's a guy I cocked up when I first mentioned him. I like to try and mention him most weeks. He's a guy called Noel, and he's actually blind, but he likes listening to the stories. He likes listening to the live streams. Unfortunately, he can't take part in the Ladyboy competitions and things like that because obviously he's blind. The first time I gave him a mention, I said, I want to say hi to Noel. He loves watching the stream. Well, obviously, he can't watch it, but he does listen to it. So, Noel, I know you're listening. I know you're out there. I haven't forgotten tonight. All the best to you, mate. Okay. I'll try and do another one for you next week. Right. Wandering Soul. Yeah, it's better. Need another 16 at the back of 64. Right. Alexander Dupont. Back on. Yeah. The numbers are slowly creeping up. You guys are coming back again. That was awful, wasn't it? I'm not going to go on about it. Right. David. Yeah. Thanks, David. David J. Paul Hoskin. You walk into a massage. Right. Let's put that on there. Right, Paul Hoskin, you walk into a massage parlor and 200 eyes are looking at you. I think you're referring to what I was saying with the live stream, right? Simon Blake, I still think there are too many rules to get in. Okay, Simon, so let's talk about that for a little bit. We'll get serious now. Yeah, you know, people say to me, look, why don't you go? You got this YouTube channel called Thailand Bound. You should be one of the first out there. And I kind of agree with that, but I disagree with that at the same time. And the reason being, I've already said to you, I work. I can only get away during school holidays. But I'm repeating myself now, but I'll just say it really quickly. I'm seriously thinking of knocking the part-time job that ties me up because I want to spend months at a time out in Thailand. And, you know, I just want to base myself out there. And but what you've just said, I still think there are too many rules. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to jump through all these hoops. There are some guys going out there, and good luck to you guys. You're brave guys, you really are, to go through all that. But you know, my biggest fear is what happens if I was to go out to Thailand in November, and they were hinting that maybe the UK could come off Thailand's safe list because our numbers are going up. You know, what a disaster that would be. What would happen, like I said earlier, if you're on the aircraft and one person tests positive? Are they going to quarantine everybody? And, you know, getting this barcode and, you know, the 70, you have to get the certificate within 72 hours. It's really not for me. I agree with you, Simon. It's not for me. You know, I don't mind. I don't mind if one day I have to get a barcode and show it and they say, yep, you've had your 2 vaccines. That's fine. But you know, they say there's no quarantine, but there isn't there, for one night? But I'm not criticizing anybody who's going. Good luck to you. I hope you have a good time. Just don't go to Pattaya for the moment because you won't get a drink if you drink. Right. Black Bolt. Funny enough, I was thinking about you today, Black Bolt. Not in that way. Don't get worried. Because, you know, I remember people who come into the streams. And I was just thinking today because that picture, I always remember you in that picture. I was thinking I haven't seen you for a while. But yeah, thanks very much. Right. Roy Gold. I haven't seen you for a while, Roy. I've seen you in whose stream did I see? I think I've seen you in Trevor's Sunday stream. Over 70% of people have had the jab now. Is that in Thailand? I think you're right. 70% in Thailand. And in case you missed it first time round, I think Trevor from Buzz and Pat, I think he's going to be with me as a guest a week today or 2 weeks today. I'm not sure because I'm going to try and catch him out on the Ladyboy competition like he did me. Do you remember? Okay. Right. Shano Traveller. Born Thai, I'm sure, but lives in Korea as a star. Okay, so she's Thai. You're talking about the pop star there. Yeah. Okay. That went a weird story though. I mean, you know, announce it to everyone. She's coming to Thailand. We're booking her up and not even checking if she's available. Okay. Right. Taxi to Lao says, I've seen her in Hua Hin. So do you mean you've seen her in concert or you've seen her in walking down the street in a mall? How did you see her? Right. Football nerd. Tourism attractions stunt by the... Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's a bit too complicated. I think it was a genuine mistake, to be honest with you. Neil Thompson says hi to Noel. He'll be listening, Noel. He's, as I say, he's blind, so if anybody mentions him, he loves to hear his name get a shout out. Do you know what? When he writes to me, some people send me emails, and I don't write to everybody. I don't reply to everybody because some of the emails, they don't require an answer, or some are silly emails. I think, well, I'm not going to write back to that. But when Noel writes them out, I always reply to. Sometimes he'll write to me and say, it's been raining in where I live. How is it where you are? And I'll still answer him because, you know. Right. David Kiernan. Hey, Peter, they removed the 1 day of quarantine and just have the PCR test 3 days before departure. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there is a kind of quarantine though, isn't there? Because you can't just step off the plane, get a test and then go off in a taxi. Who was it who was telling me the other day? Somebody was telling me they got picked up in a taxi and the taxi driver looked like something out of NASA. You know, he had this kind of space suit with a bubble and a partition. I mean, I don't think I'd like that. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, okay, so that's Michael, AGV Sports. So 48 hours from no quarantine start. Okay, Michael. Okay, right. So you got another shout out there now from Your Mojo. Stephen LJ Austin, 120 watching, but only 29 thumbs up. Pan that like button. Yeah, thanks, Stephen. But I'm surprised I haven't got 36 thumbs down for the disaster earlier. You know, I'm just about getting over it now. 157 now, so we're slowly coming up. Okay, Didi, I'll wait till next year to go back to Thailand. Well, next year isn't that far off, is it, really, when you think about it? Next year is January, and we're in November, coming up to November. So, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to get out there for Christmas. I'm planning it. I haven't booked anything yet. I haven't jumped through the hoops. But if it goes well in November, as I said earlier, I think November's a testing ground. Either it's going to spike and they're going to have, you know, backtrack, or they're going to learn to live with it and say, well, this isn't so bad. We can ease off slowly, and then hopefully by Christmas it will never be back to normal, but hopefully it will get better. Nino, do you think it's realistic to expect nightlife in Bangkok for New Year's Eve? I'm going from 15/12 to 15/1, and even if Thailand is more than nightlife, I wish I'd be there. Well, the thing is, Nino, nobody really knows until this first wave of tourists have gone over there. Like I just said, if it goes well and 70% of the population or Bangkok have been vaccinated now, if it goes well and it doesn't spike, then hopefully it will ease off. And yeah, I would say by that time, you know, you should be it should be good for the nightlife. But of course, it could go the other way, and I don't want to be Mr. Doom and Gloom, and we're all hoping that doesn't happen. Right, Shane Traveller, do you have to isolate on return to the UK as a straight? No, we don't need to now, Shane. Thailand was on the red list, and if you came back from there, you had to 14-day quarantine in the UK, but it's fine now. You don't have to do that. Just in case you guys didn't know, when you go from a safe country to Thailand, you've got to have been in that country for 21 days. You can't, if you live in a country that's not on the list, I think it's 46 are on the safe list for Thailand now. Well, if you live in a country that's not on that safe list and you want to go to Thailand, you think, well, what I'll do, I'll go here and I'll spend a night in this safe country. And I'll go, no, that won't work. You've got to have been in that country for a full 3 weeks, 21 days. All right. I'm sure nobody would do that, but just to let you know. Okay, Damon. Thailand should change these rules on entry under 3 inches. You're not coming in. Better plan and only a picture on arrival. I don't. What do you mean by only under the 3 inches, David? Thailand should change their rules on entry under 3. Okay, you'll tell me on the phone later, probably. Kiwi. I love. Okay. Paul Hoskin. I can't wait to go back to Thailand. Feeling happy, or whatever her name is. All right, let's. Okay, we've got 181 in now. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this tonight, guys. My plan tonight normally is, you know, I do 2 hours. I do 9 till 11. I do a lot of research, get it all ready for the evening. I was going to probably do an hour, 20 minutes, an hour and a half tonight. I started at 9. I thought 20 past 9. What happened with that image and everything going wrong? It threw me off. I'm back on track now. I don't know how long I'll go for. But let's do something. Let me just turn this heat. I was getting a little bit chilly in here. Is it working? I've got a silent one now. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And if you just joined us late into the stream, I'm hoping that Simon puts up a Nat and Dave video tomorrow. He's told me today he will, but he's told me before he will, and they just so time consuming that with the best plan in the world, you just run out of time sometimes. But fingers and toes crossed. Okay, Gary Russell. Hi Peter from Rotherham, the UKGB. Not going to Thailand to 2023 as I have to do Himalayas. I don't know what that word is. Okay. Yeah, hi, till it hurts. Roy, good. What's that, Roy? The actor Russell Crowe has given a lot of positive publicity for Thailand with his tweets. Okay, I haven't read his tweets, but I knew he was in Thailand because when I did this stream last Friday, I put his picture up there. But he did say in that article that I read out on the stream, Russell Crowe, he did say a lot of positive things about the Thai people, the culture, the food, and all that sort of thing. But that's good. That's good. Sis, plus, is it easy to get a Thai license if I'm a tourist and kind of moving around? Flashbacks, packing style. Okay. Do you mean a Thai driving license, or is that the sort of license you mean? Probably easy. Probably easier. I don't think you can get one if you're not a resident, or a long-term resident. I think an international license is the best thing. Right. What's this say? Richard, hello, Peter. My COE got cancelled by the embassy because of Thailand Pass now. I have to apply from November 1st and only 6 working days before I travel. Hope they don't mess up. That's really strange, Richard, because Michael's going on the crossover period as well. I believe Michael's going on Wednesday and he's going out on the COE, but they didn't cancel him. I think he's still going out on that. If you're still there, Michael, maybe you can put a comment up. If I've got that wrong or I've got it right, just tell everyone how you've done it. What's Simon? If you test positive, you will have to stay in a hotel for 10 days. Not good if your holiday is 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's understandable. But the big question is not that's said and done. I mean, you'd expect it, wouldn't you? If you're positive, they're not going to say, well, that's fine. You've come all this way. Just go and have a good time and infect everyone. You expect that. But the big question, like I said earlier, if you're on an aircraft and somebody else 20 aisles behind you tests positive, what happens? Do you have to, go in for 10 days? They've not really been clear on that. Tony Mitchell. Okay, so you've answered that question there. Sis, yes, but you'll have to wear it on the plane ride over. Sorry, rules are rules. Okay, I didn't quite get the question there, so well done, Timothy, and thanks for answering that. Jackie Chan, I'm going to give it until April, see how it goes. Okay, I spoke to someone yesterday who's really fed up of this. They've got I won't name him, but he's got a partner, long-term partner, a girlfriend in Thailand, been with her a long time, and he wants to see her, obviously she wants to see him, but he just doesn't want to jump through all these hoops, and he gets cheesed off. Sometimes I talk to him on the phone and he gets really sort of revved up a little bit, you could say. That's a word he likes to use. But what he's told me, he says by January, if it hasn't, if the rules haven't lessened, if they haven't gone a bit easier by January, he's just going to do it because he's got to get back over there. I know where he's coming from. Okay, right. Joe Dirt. Alcohol is going to be allowed starting next week in Bangkok, Phuket, and one other place. Yeah, I did read that one out. I'll just tell you, I won't read the whole article out, but it's restaurants. Okay, so they're not saying anything about bars or nightclubs. It just says restaurants can finally serve booze, but only in Bangkok, Phuket, Krabi, Phang Nga, and that's from The Nation in Thailand. There's somewhere else opening up as well. Let me just grab a photograph. Yeah, I'll put this photograph up. Let me get rid of that banner first. Right. Comment, rather. Right, get rid of that. I'll put a photograph up because there's somewhere else opening up as well. I believe that's a beautiful island of, I think it's Koh Chang. Yeah, here we go. So Koh Chang on track to open on the 11th of November with a sandbox scheme. Koh Chang is poised to welcome back foreign visitors amid plans to get a sandbox scheme underway from November 11th. The island in the eastern province of Trat is gearing up for reopening under the Koh Chang sandbox scheme, with the Trat governor ordering preparations be made in seeking to breathe life back into the local tourism sector. According to the report, anyone traveling under the scheme will need to have received 2 doses of an approved vaccine, or to have had a negative test result via either RT-PCR or an antigen, I think it says, testing along with a medical certificate, or to have fully recovered from an infection for at least 90 days. So that's the beautiful island of Koh Chan there. Let's get rid of that. And let me just put up, got some banners. I'll put the currencies up again. We'll put them up at the beginning. But obviously, we had a bit of a disaster. If you've just joined us, we had a bit of a disaster at the beginning. We're okay now. Less said about that, the better. Okay. Right. Richard says, my friend has booked from December 16, January 550 Singapore Airlines. Yeah, like Richard. Well, December is a high season, and January actually, but December. When I was looking to book for Christmas, I'm going to hang on. I'm going to hang on till I think the end of the first week in November, end of the first week. So I say another 4.5, 5 weeks. If it's looking good, everything's sort of opening up, then I'll book. And I was looking to come over on Singapore Airlines. When I looked for December, it was £740. That's 550. What sort of deals is everybody getting? What are they paying for their air tickets? I mean, let me know. If you're booked to go and you've got a confirmed ticket, how much did you pay for that ticket? Are you going through the Middle East? Is it direct? It'd be interesting for other people to know. Okay, Paul Hoskins says, I just want to get back on the saddle on Soy Cowboy. Yeah, we took it for granted, didn't we? Just took it for granted. Carl Larson, I want, what's that? Don't come to Thailand. I want to alter myself. Right, blinded by the light. I've heard they're cracking down on right. I've heard they're cracking down on tourists with criminal records. Do you mean they're not letting them into the country, or I don't? Well, they've always cracked down on criminals, but I don't know if you know this. I mean, if you've got a criminal record, it could be something from when you were young, and it just went down on your record, and you're perfectly, you're a law-abiding citizen. People make mistakes; they do things when they're younger. And what I can tell you is, if you apply for, I think I'm right in saying this, if you apply for a retirement visa from your embassy in the UK, you do have to supply proof that you don't have a criminal background record. Whereas if you go out there and you do it in Thailand, they don't ask for it. I might have that slightly wrong, but that's as far as I know. Okay, and let me put the diet progress up as well. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep this up now, guys. My end goal on the diet, I'm going to make a video, but the end goal was supposed to be 90 kilos. I'm starting to eat a little bit more normal now. I don't eat at night. I don't eat pizzas, crisps, Mars bars, all that crap's gone out the window now. I've lost about 20 kilos, and to put that's 3.3 stone, I think. And to put that in perspective, it's like a Samsonite suitcase full of clothes that you check in when you're off to Bangkok. So, you can't really see it from here, but I used to have a little bit of a pot belly, beer belly. That's gone now. If you look at my older videos, I mean, we're talking hammy hamster, guys, Okay, so let's get rid of that. Right. Yeah, Dee. Yeah, April is the hottest month of the year. Good point. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to read that out, Damien. It's getting a bit naughty now. Right, okay, I'll put that up in case anybody understands Dutch. I don't, so I can't read it out. I could put it into Google Translate, but I hope it's nothing rude and you're not sitting there having a good laugh. But hi to you anyway. Right, so Richard says, has anybody else had their COE rejected? Let me go down and see if Michael's responded. Oh, here we go. Right. Michael's going on the crossover. So Michael says, COE can be applied for up to midnight Sunday. Thai pass starts 9 a.m. on Monday. Okay, well, that's pretty simple enough, isn't it? So I don't know what's happening there. Okay, I'll leave that there for a little bit so you guys can see that. Right, there we go. Right, Joe Dirt says, Thai News said that if someone tests positive on the aircraft, only the person just to the left and just to the right, 2 people will be quarantined. Do you know what? That'd be my luck. I'll be in economy. I'll be in the middle seat. This guy will get it, or this guy will get it, and I'll be. Well, that's better than when they went to Phuket, isn't it? When people flew into Phuket, if somebody on your plane tested positive, then I'm just putting this heater on. It's flipping cold now. Help if I turned it on. Yeah, that's it. Right. Okay. Thanks for that, Joe. I didn't know that. That's a good bit of information there. Okay. Another good question. Paul says, will the airplanes be full of masked people crammed in economy class? I guess they will make you wear masks, won't they? I mean, it's bad enough taking a 12-hour economy flight from the UK, but in a mask, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could do that. Does anybody know? Okay. Blinded by the light. The Thais want Pattaya back for domestic tourists from Bangkok. I don't know. I mean, as far as I know, they're gearing up for the Chinese, aren't they? They're building those massive, massive hotels, have widened the beach road to take the coaches for these tour groups. And they've ripped up Walking Street. They've put all the 5G cabling underneath. The Chinese are coming in a big way. They're marketing to the Chinese, the Indians, and the Russians. There was an there was an article today. Because India isn't on the safe list, and they want the government to put India on the safe list. But no, as far as Pattaya goes, I know they're gearing up big time. Somebody asked me because I think they're going to have, the Chinese are going to be concentrating on things along Walking Street, the beach road. So all the beach road and Walking Street. And someone was saying, how do you think it will work out with, guys like ourselves and them tour groups? Well, if the Chinese are putting a lot of money into it, and then they say, if they go to seafood restaurants on Walking Street and they say, well, when our guests come out, we don't want to see this on the other side, then I don't know, how's it going to go? But maybe it will be a natural process where 2-week millionaires, guys like myself, go up to Tree Town, Soi Buakhao, and hang around that area, and maybe the Chinese will stay down this end of town. I don't know. It'd be interesting. What do you guys think? Okay, who's this? Tommy, thank you for your good work. Regards, Tommy and Swim. Okay, thanks for being here, Tommy. Glad we figured it out in the end. God, I had a sweat on, really. Okay. Yeah, okay, we had that one. Kicks TV. Hey, how you doing? I always get confused with you and Ride for Kicks. When I see the word Kicks, I think it's him. I don't think he's. Those guys in Thailand, a lot of them, they can't go on the stream because it's the middle of the night now, isn't it? Although Trevor does sometimes come on towards the end. Right, Red Hammer. Right, watching the ND TV stream earlier from other day, and they say no Chinese tourists until the end of next year, as reported. I might even visit Walking Street again then in March. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Are the Chinese letting their people out of China at the moment? They're not going to be there anytime soon, but they are sort of geared. There's a lot of money going into Pattaya from China. That a lot of infrastructure, and I believe they put the money in for the Sky Train that goes direct from China all the way through Thailand, through Hua Hin, and then all the way down to Malaysia. So a lot of money coming in. Richard, I got the okay for my first documents from embassy, booked flight at ASQ Hotel, and then they came up with Thailand Pass and stopped ASQ from 8th of November and fly on the 9th of November, Thai Airways 565. That's not too bad. What did you hear about Thai Airways? Apparently they're in a big trouble now. They're looking to go under unless they get unless they get rescued by the government. That'd be a shame. I like Thai Airways. I always fly either Eva Air or Thai Airways, but as I've said on here many times, although Eva Air is a good service, nothing wrong with it, not criticizing them, I do like Thai Airways because once I sit down, the doors get closed, the safety checks come on, you see all the little Thai girls, the waitresses. I just feel like the holiday started because they're Thai people, aren't they? But it'd be a shame. Yeah, Michael says, I got my COE late Wednesday night. And I did read that thing out, Michael, about what the embassy sent somebody the other day. They're quite funny there with 100,000 insurance. Okay. Right. Kicks TV says, going end of November, BA Premium Economy 950. Yeah, do you know what? I think I was talking to Damon the other day. I think I'm going to start going out premium economy now. I've been going out to Thailand for years and years and years, economy, and it's very tiring. It's a long journey. From when I step out of my front door, I drive to Heathrow, I park in Purple Parking for maybe 10, 12 days. By the time I get to my hotel on Soi 4, it's, it's 18 hours. It's very, 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 very tiring. Marky Mark, thanks again. I appreciate that. You do this every week. I can see it on that screen. I'm looking for it on here, put it on the screen. There you are. First super chat of the night. Thank you. Appreciate that. That goes straight into the Cronenbergs fund. I think you need a couple of cronies after everything that you've been through tonight. I do. I'm going to get one in a minute. But thanks for that, Mark. What else? Okay. We've done that one. Carl says the Chinese can't get here because they won't let them, so just come. Okay. I mean, it's not I'm not trying to start an anti-Chinese campaign. It's not that. I'm just stating facts. Whether people, people have said that they don't know what's happening in Anyway, let's move on from that. Get myself in trouble here. Right. Simon said, that's why you should fly business and your holiday won't be so ruined. Yeah, but it's expensive, isn't it, Simon? If you fly business class every time, what you're looking at, £2,000? Well, economy you can get for £500. I don't mind paying sort of 700, 800, maybe 850, 900 for a premium upgrade. That's the next level up. That's kind of in between economy and business class. You get a slightly bigger seat and a few perks on the way. I think I'm going to start doing that now because I'm too long in the tooth now to be packed in like sardines. Okay, Michael's giving us some good information. It says you must wear a mask on all flights, period. So yeah, so if you're going, take a few masks with you because when you've had it on for a few hours, it gets wet and it'll be very uncomfortable. Okay, I'll put that up, but I'm not going to say it. Daz, on an aeroplane, if the person to the left and right gets it, God help the. Okay, right. Okay, all the same comments about Chinese tourists now. Right. Okay, do you know what? Shall we do the Ladyboy competition? Should we do that now or should we hang on a bit? Because I need a beer. I really need a beer, guy, after that disaster tonight. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We'll get back into the Thailand stuff. I'll go and get a Kronenberg. And then, no, I'll tell you what we'll do before that. Because this is quite interesting. Now, I had a guy send me some images from Thailand in 1983. He went, either him or somebody went to Thailand in 83, took pictures with I'm going to show you them now. Some are Pattaya, some are Bangkok. There's only about half a dozen, but he went there in 83, took pictures with a standard camera. The quality of the pictures wasn't great. I've enhanced them. I took the time to put them through a graphics program. I've taken most of the graininess out. I've got the color revived, and they don't look too bad. You can tell they've been taken a long time ago, but they're 100% better than when I received them. But what the first one I'm going to show you, I'm going to turn this into a kind of like mini quiz because what the first one is, he in the email he said to me, well, this was taken from a hotel in Bangkok, but I haven't got a clue where from. He said maybe you can make it a competition for your viewers. Now I wrote back to him and said thanks for the pictures, appreciate them, but I'm not going to do it as a competition because nobody will know where it is. It's 1983. It's just a building. You can't tell. But do you know what? I know where it is. And I think you guys all know where it is because I've studied the photograph, cleaned it all up, looked at it again a few times, and there's some pointers in there. Now, I'll put this picture up while I go and get a Kronenberg at my freezer, which is out there, for you to study for about a minute. There's no music or anything. And then what I'll do, I'll show you the other pictures. And then at the end, I'll tell you what, when I come back, you can tell me if you know where this hotel is, right? So I'll put this up for about a minute. Where is that? Right, anybody got it? Right, I'll put my mic on. Right, let me see if anybody's got that yet in the comments. All right, to the end. Right, somebody says Colson Road. No, it's not Colson Road. Coxie, it's not Botswana. Let me just get this back on. Right, it's a hotel in Bangkok. Okay, somebody's got it there. Okay, two people have got it. I'm not going to say the names of the people who got it right because everybody will know then. I'll give you another minute if you can try and guess where that is. It's not Soy 11. It's not Carlson Road. It's not Manhattan, Kev. It is actually Bangkok. Oh, I need this tonight, guys, after that disastrous start. Okay, somebody else got it right. That's Steve. Not bad. It's not the Grace of the Miami, but really good guess, mate. Really good guess. Let me put it up again. You can have another look at it and then have another crack at it. Where is that in Bangkok? 1983, that was taken. And I'll tell you where it is, and I'll tell you how I discovered where it is, what the clues were. God, this beer's cold. I think I've just got it out in time. Somebody put, what was Thailand like in 1983? I don't actually know because I stepped foot in Thailand in 1991, I think it was. Jesus, that's cold. Oh. Right, okay. I'll just see if anybody else has got it, and then I'll tell you where it is. I'll put the photo up and I'll tell you the clues. Richard, it's not the ambassador, but another good guess. Anybody else? And then after this, I'll show you the rest of the pictures that he sent me. They're quite interesting, actually. Most of them are from Pattaya. Hedge fund. It's not the beer garden. Okay, Jamie. Yeah, you got it. Let me just go back and see who's got it. Jamie's got it. Daniel Husstand, is it? You've got it. Anybody else? I'm just going back. Marion Marzak, you got it as well. Kev Closter, you got it. I hope I haven't missed anybody out. Right, Damien, let me put that on the screen. That's very generous of you, mate. I actually feel embarrassed that you've actually done so much. But like I say, when we meet up, I'm buying the fish and chips, okay? But thank you very much for that, Damien. And I'll give you a ring tomorrow if the fireworks going off and your dog goes ballistic. Don't worry about it. Okay, so let me put this back on. Let me put this back on and show you. I'll tell you where it is, and I'll tell you how I know where it was, what the clues were. Okay, so believe it or not, that is looking out of the Nana Hotel onto Soi 4, and if you're on the balcony where he is standing in 1983, Nana Plaza would be behind you and to your left. And the big giveaway for that on this picture, if you look on the first big white building on the left, go to the brown sign that says the is it the Hindenburg? I don't know how to pronounce it. Hindenburg. It's not the Hindenburg, is it? It's Heidelberg. That's it. It's a Heidelberg, and the Heidelberg was still there up until the pandemic hit. So and look above. There's a travel tour there. I think it's changed names, but there is still a travel company. And then if you look down, if you look opposite where the Thailand bound logo is, that building there, I think that's the Raj Hotel, or maybe it's a bit too close to the now, but that's definitely where it is. But that is actually 1983, so quite a while ago. Yeah, hi Demetrius, how you doing? All the way from Sweden. Okay, so let me show you these other pictures. Cheers, guys. If you got a beer or something tonight. If you weren't in earlier, it was a disaster. It went all wrong. I started the stream 3 times tonight. I had a sweat on, but it worked out okay. I wasn't going to start it again. I thought, well, no, people are getting cheesed off. They won't come back. Right. Okay. Right. So this is Pattaya Bay in 1983. And you can see it's starting to develop, but it's not very developed, is it? It's this is the main beach road. You'd be standing not too far from the Pattaya sign, the big Buddha up there on the hill. And there are a few high rise in the background there, but not too much. And now this is how you got your fuel. It was a hand pump. And the first thing that will strike you about that photograph, now this is in Pattaya, but look at that motorbike. That's quite a large motorbike for Pattaya, for Thailand, isn't it? Michael pointed that out to me. But quite interesting that they're using a hand pump. Right, this one here. So that's just a beach scene, but you can see what's interesting on this one is look at the jet ski, the handlebars on the jet ski. They kind of look like motorbike. It's like a little motorbike, isn't it? I suppose that's how it was in the 80s. And you've got the, I don't know where exactly that is. That'll probably be at the other end of Walking Street out towards the Pattaya sign again. Okay, just not too many more. I have got one on Walking Street as well. So that's the US Navy coming in. And I know it's the US Navy because he did know that the guy who sent me the pictures told me it was US Navy. And you've got a woman and I presume her daughter on the balcony. Now, when I seen this picture, I was thinking to myself, were they thinking it's a payday on its way, or were they thinking, oh my God, it's going to be, it's going to be a disaster for a few weeks, right? Okay, and 2 more to go. This one I cleaned up a lot, but this is actually Walking Street in 1983. You've got some of the names there. You know, you've got the Fantasy Club up there, and the Royal Rex, and the what else we got? The Royal Flush, is it? But yeah, not too much neon in them days, was there? They look like bulb signs. You know, they light up with bulbs. And the last one here, the guy was with his tilak. There she is, not too clear. I cleaned this one up as best as I can, but unfortunately the lady a little bit distorted there. So I hope you find them interesting, guys. If you ever come across any old photographs like that, we can all go on to Google and put in vintage Patty and vintage Bangkok and classic, you know, but we've all seen them, haven't we? If you've got pictures that you took yourself from 30 years ago, I'd love to share them with everybody else. Please send them in. I don't think I'm going to get too many, but the request is there anyway. Okay. Okay. Tom says Kawasaki GPZ looks like. Okay, you know your bikes. A few people just joining us now. Royce Lewis, is it? Morning all from down under. I heard in Thailand they're going to Australia they're going to relax. They're starting to relax the rules a little bit. Somebody told me off last week, and they'll tell me off again tomorrow because Melbourne. I've been pronouncing it Melbourne. I don't know why Melbourne, and somebody said it's Melbourne. So I reviewed the stories for tomorrow morning. I've said it again. So there we go. And there is somebody from Is it Melbourne or Melbourne? It looks like Bourne actually from the spelling. Right. Kev Closter says, been on them jet skis. You must be older. How old are you then, Kev? You must be about 60, are you? Phil Cartle says, good morning. Nice to see you in. Kev Closter is in. Philip Bando, hi from Auckland. Okay. We'll do the Ladyboy competition soon. I'll tell you what, over 300 in now. I'm gonna change the format tonight. Do you remember? Did you see the Ladyboy competition when I was on Buzzing Patio? When I was on Trevor's, did you see the format he did? A few people, getting hot now, hot and cold. Some people told me, you know, the way I do the Ladyboy competition, I get 18 images and maybe 3 of them are girls. And somebody said to me, it's really difficult because you only get 10 seconds or 5 seconds, and it's going so fast. And even though you show it 2 times, it's really difficult because there's so many. So Trevor did 3, and I liked the way he did it with me. And I did say, Trevor, if you don't mind, I'll copy that format. And he doesn't do the Ladyboy competition, so that's fine. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to put 3 cards up. One will be the Ladyboy, one will be the woman, and we'll see how you guys get on with that. Somebody wrote into me this week, and they said to me, he was on the stream earlier, actually. He's not here now. But he didn't say it in a derogatory way. He was just asking the question. He says, look, Peter, you're doing this Ladyboy competition every week. Aren't you afraid that you're going to be labelled as a guy who does the Ladyboy competition? And I said to him, no, because 1, I'm married. People know I'm married. 2, I'm not into Ladyboys because there's a lot of pretty girls in Thailand. And 3, it's a damn good competition. People like it. So no, I'll keep doing it. It wouldn't bother me anyway. Right. El Terrifical. I thought Australia. No, okay, we can't put that. Right. Okay, I'm glad you put that up, El Terrifico. But some people would be offended by that. Some Australians would be, so I wouldn't sort of come up with stuff like that. Okay, blinded by the light. Hi to all the dingle. See, I don't, I don't screen these. Well, I don't have to because you can read them anyway. So I don't, because they take time. When I first did the streams, I used to read it and then put it up on screen. But I just put them up. So if something naughty goes up there, then unfortunately I just have to take it off quickly. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do any more of them, Mark. I'll tell you why. That was that. I did a documentary style video on a World War II American airfield that's 4 miles from me. And the reason I did it is because I grew up around here. I know the history. I didn't have to do too much research. And I used to, I'm a sado. I used to walk around old airfields and, I found them interesting. So I did that for something different just to see. But it didn't do particularly well on this channel. So we'll see. Right. Luke Williams says, Peter, give a shout out for us, Derby Rams. Okay, Derby Rams, you shouted out. Kev Closter, Grace was an Arab disco on Walking Street. Okay, Kev, I thought you meant the Grace Hotel. Have you been into the Grace Hotel? It's quite an interesting place, actually, because it's mainly, it's like the Arab quarter around the back there. I eat there sometimes. It's quite good. Where the police box is, when you come out of Soy 4, you cross Sukhumvit, and that's what they kind of call the Arab quarter. And if you go there lunchtime, you can get curry and stuff. It's really nice, actually. But if you go into the Grace Hotel, it's quite interesting. You know, they got an Arabic nightclub, and it's worth going in there. Just have a wander around one evening if you got nothing better to do. It's quite interesting. Right, okay. Eric says we are finally out of lockdown in Melbourne, Australia. Okay, so it's Melbourne. Okay, right, good. Oh no, Pete. Since I booked my flight 2 weeks ago, I can't do anything else and watch Thailand-related channels and get myself prepared with the help of Peter's stories. Okay, no, I mean, I think we're all in the same boat, aren't we? I think it's because it keeps changing. You know, people didn't know. Well, today it's this, tomorrow it's that, and then it's back to that one again. And you know, you're scared to buy your tickets or book things because in case it all goes out the window. But I think it's starting to settle down now. People are booking their tickets. And I can't wait to get the feedback from the guys who are going out there early November. Right, what the Potato Republic, Nana Plaza was a shopping centre, I think. It was a shopping centre, and I've actually showed I've got a picture of it when it was a shopping centre. So when you look at Nana Plaza, it said the Nana Plaza Shopping Centre. And when I got there, you've probably heard this before, but when I got there, it wasn't full of go-go bars. There was only a few bars in there. You had a travel agent. There was a gold shop. There was a Lebanese restaurant. There was a pharmacy. There was parking in the middle. Oh, there wasn't that many. There wasn't that many bars in when I first got there. Right. Right. What's that one? Right. Neil says, "Have you been round you talking airbase?" No, I don't even know where that is, Neil. Where is that? Right. Right. Philip says, "By the way, I spend more time in Jakarta. Lived there many years." So yeah, I worked in Jakarta for a while, Philip, in the Borobudur Hotel, right in the middle there of Jakarta, and then I went to another. My eldest daughter was born in a place called Yogyakarta. I opened an Ibis hotel there in Yogyakarta, probably 30 years ago now. I did like. I thought it was okay. It was a good Jakarta, Indonesia. I did have a good time there, and the people were nice and everything, but. For me, I prefer Thailand. That's not saying there's anything bad about Indonesia. Thailand suits me better. Right, can of beans. What did you not like about the Philippines? Pollution, bad food. Where did you visit there? Oh, I didn't live in the Philippines. I went there quite a few years ago. I wouldn't say I didn't like anything about the Philippines. I wasn't keen on the local food. You know, I can eat local. What Thais eat, I can eat mostly. What the Filipinos eat, the local food, it wasn't really my sort of food. I didn't like that. I found the traffic when I was there many years ago. I found the traffic was very bad. The pollution I was in Manila. The pollution was very bad there. And the one good thing about the Philippines is everybody speaks English. That's one of the good things anyway. But again, I've visited Cambodia, visited the Philippines, South Korea, Hong Kong, Singapore. You know, name dropping now. But I've done all those countries, and for me, nothing compares to Thailand. You know, people knock it. People come out with things about Thailand, but when you compare it to all the other Southeast Asian countries, and you take the bad and the good, I still think Thailand comes up on top. Great infrastructure, great people, great food, great culture, beaches, you name it. There's lots of good stuff. Right, Richard, Peter, I still have shirts made by the tailor in the Walking Street picture. Oh, okay, yeah. All right. Oh, Neil, you tapo. Okay, right. Okay, so what should we do now? I'll tell you what I'll do. Do you know, someone said to me last week, you know, these old these monkey adverts I'm doing, people are suggesting, if you're not from the UK, you probably won't have seen them, but they'll still be funny. So these kind of older 70s style, 80s style adverts, some of them were quite humorous, a little bit corny now. But what I'm going to try and do on every stream, I'm going to try and get 2 or 3 of different products that were humorous in the day. So I've got, do you remember the aftershave called High Karate? And it was that one where he'd put it on and girls would go mad. I've got 3 of them, and I'll send these, and let me know if you like these, because if you don't like them, I won't do them. But they're quite funny, and if you like them, I'll do some every week. So so this is these look quite dated, but see what you think of these ones, guys.
This is High Karate, and this unsuspecting girl is about to catch its irresistible scent. The High Karate scent that can turn a usually docile woman into a ravenous creature.
Oh, look out, mate! Oh, oh, oh.
a scent so irresistible that every pack of High Karate carries essential instructions on self-defense. High Karate aftershave. Be careful how you use it. This is High Karate aftershave. If a man uses too much, he's asking for trouble, and usually finds it. Because just one whiff drives women wild. Makes men irresistible. Fortunately, every pack of High Karate contains indispensable instruction on self-defense. High Karate aftershave. Be careful how you use it. High Karate's second fragrance. New Eastern spice. Just one whiff drives women wild. Its sultry oriental aroma makes men irresistible. That's why there's a special leaflet on self-defense in every pack. High Karate and High Karate Eastern Spice. Be careful how you use it.
So let me know what you think of those guys. I mean, they're, you know, I can dig them up quite easily, and maybe 3 was a bit too much on that one, and they do look dated. But the lady, that girl who's in that one, there's a picture of her there. Her name is Valerie Leon. I don't know if you realize she was a big actress in the UK in the 70s and early 80s, and she was in several of the Carry On films, and she was very big in the Hammer horror films. Do you remember they'd go out on a Friday night at 10:30, the Dracula and Frankenstein and all that, and she played parts in those films. Very, very popular. I don't know what happened to her. I suppose old age, like everything else, but it brings back all the memories, doesn't it? Right. Okay, somebody mentioned about the Hamlet adverts. The problem with the Hamlet adverts is that it's smoking, isn't it? And I'd have to go through YouTube's rules, because you know what YouTube are like, they're really strict. And you know, maybe if you show somebody smoking, then they will, you know, I don't know what will they do. I'm gonna have to find out. But if you've got any ideas, the older adverts that you'd like to see that you thought were quite funny, let me know and I'll dig them out and I'll play them. But of course, if you hate them, if you don't like these, I just won't do them anymore. Right. Dimitros says, what type of visa is that your name, really? Dimitris, love you. What type of visa is best to apply? Because I want to meet my girl from Bangkok. What do you think? Well, you should be able to just walk in on a, because I know you're in one of the Western European countries, so I'm pretty sure you can just go in on a tourist visa. Well, it's not a visa. It's people think the tourist visa is actually a visa. It's just a tourist stamp. But yeah, you should be able to just go in. But you can find out from any Thai embassy. Probably just go online and find out. All right. Philip says, I recall Bangkok pre-Nana Plaza Cowboy and Thermi were the placard. Yeah, I don't remember that. Right, Richard, how will Pattaya be end of November? Still a bit dead. Yeah, November's a bit early, Richard, isn't it? I should think we won't. I think we'll get a true sense of how it's going in Thailand by the end of December. It's either going to be really relaxed. The Thais are going to get relaxed and think, well, this is going good. Let's, you know, or we'll get a spike and who knows. Right, Football Nurse says, how do you rate Filipino girls versus Thai girls? So I'm guessing you mean on looks. Again, it's for me, I'm really biased. You know, I'm not saying Filipino girls are not pretty. Of course they are, but Thai women are just beautiful, aren't they? You know, I mean, Korean women are beautiful. Well, all Asian women are beautiful. I'm going to get this could get me in trouble, couldn't it? Right. Right. Philip says, I know the Borobudur Hotel. Well, I was executive chef, open Jakarta, Angkor, Park Royal. Okay, so you're a chef. So I was in a similar business to you. I wasn't a chef, but I was in food and beverage. I worked for a French company called Accor, and I was placed in hotels around the world. That's how I actually got out to Southeast Asia the first time. So very similar for yourself. Right. Okay. Look, what about Vietnam? Been there, done that. Do you know what? I've never been to Vietnam. That's one place I haven't been to, and I would like to go. People tell me that it's. I hear mixed things, but apparently the food, they do a lot of vegetarian food. And I'm not a vegetarian, but I do love vegetarian food, and I would like to visit Vietnam, and I'd like to do the tourist bit, as in the the Vietnam War, see, look at museums, relics, that sort of thing. I might do a trip from, if I spend a long time, if I retire out in Thailand or semi-retire and spend any sort of time out there, I might do a flight out to Vietnam for a week and see what it's like. That's what I did when I went to Cambodia a few times. Okay, Max, you remember Valerie? Yeah, a very pretty woman. Yeah, the Red Hammer says the Hamlet adverts were awesome. They were really good, but it's just on YouTube. They're policy now. Do you remember the one where he was in the car wash and his windows thing, when you used to wind the windows up, it snapped off and his window was open, and then you had that Hamlet music, didn't you? Or he was with a pretty girl who grabbed him and his wig came off. They're great. I'll see. Right. Mark says, I am 66, laugh out loud. I actually remember it. If you mean the adverts, I remember it, Mark. Believe it or not, I'm 62 in April. I'm a dinosaur now, but I remember those adverts. Okay. Right, I think I need some of that wandering, so I need some of that high karate. Yeah, I think we all do. Right, I think what we'll do now, because I've been going on a bit, haven't I? I'm not going to do as long as I normally do. Shall we do the Ladyboy competition now? Let's do that now. Let me just find the Ladyboy competition. Right, guys. So if you haven't done this competition before, let me get the answers here. I warn you, it's not easy again. And when I'm not going to tell you until the end, because what I do normally, when I run the 18 with the music, I'll say, yeah, you got it right, you got it right. No, you're wrong, you're wrong. I'm not going to do that, because what will happen is when I say, yep, you're right, you'll know from his, because I've said he's right. So I've got 3 cards. I'm going to put one up at a time. I'll give you a minute or so, and then I'll go on the comments and see if you're guessing it right. So the problem is, when you give your answer, don't say left or right, because that can be confusing, because it's the other way around for me. So I'll say, like the first one, for instance, here's the first one. Which one of these two is a ladyboy and which one is a real woman? So the question really is, which one do you think is a ladyboy? Is it the one with the blue or the one with the black? I'll give you a minute on that one. And one's a real lady, one's a ladyboy. Oh, that beer's still really cold. Is that long enough? Okay. Right. Let's see if we've got any early answers coming in. Actually, I'll leave that up for a while. That was too short, wasn't it? Right. Right. Okay. So I'll just say what everybody's saying. Right. So Daniel says black. Dutch Flang. Good luck, guys. Jenny says black. Alexander blue. Hedge Fund black. Timothy Mitchell black. Now it's a ladyboy you're supposed to be naming, right? The ladyboy. Which one is a ladyboy? Super Cole 007. Shane, you said ladyboys in black. Shane black. Phil black. Wandering Soul black. And Nomad overseas. I think black is a ladyboy. Paul Arnott black. Mr. J blue. Cole Larson black. Richard black lady. Seeing is it black? Maureen Mazak blue ladyboy. Oh, it's a mixed bunch. Max says black. Alexander says blue. It's a 50-50, isn't it? Kev says it's still going about the brute special all over. Red Hammer blue. Okay, right. So stop your answers now, guys, because we're going to move on from this one, and I won't know where the new ones start. So, okay. Sorry if I didn't read your name out, but there's a lot of answers coming in. So the last one, let me just, I'll put that up so I know which was the last one. Hang on, was it Phil? Yeah. Now I'll just leave that on there, and then I know where the new answers come from. Right, guys, believe it or not, there's a lot of right answers. The lady is the one with the blue bikini. So if you said black is a ladyboy, well done. You got that one right. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. And obviously this one is it the lady with the red or the lady with the black, or the ladyboy in the red or the ladyboy with the black? Which one's the ladyboy? Give you a minute. Let's go to the answers, see what's coming in. Okay, Reginald says, let me just take that off now because I know where I start. Reginald says black. Yormo Joe blue. Blue? Okay, I'm still on the old ones here by the look of it. Right, hedge fund says red. Peekaboo says left is ladyboy. Ono P, is it black? Carl Larson says red. I just want to know which one of these two is the ladyboy, not the lady, the ladyboy. Carl says red. Regional says red. Netsen says red. Glenn says black. Damon says black. You think the one in the black's a ladyboy then, Damon? Timothy red. Aging red. Short memory black. Super Col red. Where are we? William red. I'll just do first names. Kev both. A joke, a wild card there, Kev. You think they're both ladyboys? Peekaboo red, Phil red, Bruce Ali red, Xbox red, Mr. J red. Okay, so I'm going to put you out your misery. I can't read all these out because lots coming in now. So the question is, which one is the ladyboy? And let me just leave that on there for the next one so I know where I finished off. That's Demetrius there. Right, believe it or not, guys, the ladyboy is actually the one in black. She's actually quite a famous Thai boxer, and if you look at the top she's wearing, it's that's what she wears when she does her boxing. But the one on the left, believe it or not, it was a kind of trick question because the one on the left does kind of look, it's got that ladyboy look about it, and the one on the right does look very feminine. But I tell you guys, 100%, the one on the left, the one with the red top on, is the real lady. And the one on the right in the black is the ladyboy. So surprise, let's do the last one. And again, which one of these is the ladyboy? Okay. Let me just go down to the last comment. Take that one off. They're quite difficult, aren't they, guys? The first one was fairly easy, but I thought that last one was very difficult. I was surprised at that one. Okay, so Ono P says the yellow is the ladyboy. Damon thinks the one in the white, holding up the paper, is the ladyboy. Hedge fund yellow, Marky Mark yellow, Mr. J white. Carl Larson, the one in blue. Well, yeah, holding up the bit of paper in white, but blue top on. Aaron B says white. I'll give you another 15 seconds, put you out your misery. William says yellow. Football nerd yellow. So it's a ladyboy we're looking for, right? Not the lady. Phil says white. Kevin Afton right. Okay, I think we'll call it a day on that one now, guys. Right, so the ladyboy, believe it or not, is the one in blue and white holding the piece of paper. That is actually the ladyboy. On the right, that is a real girl. Okay, and quite difficult. And you'll have to let me know, did you prefer this format, or do you prefer the format with the music and the the one that we normally do? Let me take that off there. Yeah. Okay. So which format did you prefer? That one's actually easier for me to do because it takes me literally 10 minutes to get 50 minutes to get the photographs and put them on the card. The one that with the 18 with the music and that takes me an hour or so. It's quite long, but I don't mind if you prefer that one. Just let me know. Okay. Okay. Hard tulip. What we got? Alex prefer old format actually. Okay. So Alex prefers the old format. Damien said this is a better format. Nick Dodgy does this format. Or maybe what I'll do, because I'm doing it every week now. Maybe 1 week I'll do this format, and 1 week I'll do the old format. What I like about the old format, to be honest with you guys, I can sneak off because I play it a couple of times, and it lasts for about a minute and a half. I can zoom out and get a beer, sit down, and you don't even know I've gone, do you? Silver Fox says prefer this to the stream. This one's easier for you. Richard, old format takes too long. Okay, so it looks like most people prefer this format, whichever is easy. Warren P got them all wrong. Been going to Thailand for 20 years. Yeah, surprising. Quite a lot of people say that actually. Right, let me do the monkey one more time because it all went pot belly up at the beginning, and we've got different people in now, a lot of different people. So let's do the. If I can find it. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this one again.
They're trying the case for big tea bags.
With what is the prisoner charged?
Smashing teapots, Lord.
They weren't smashing. The tea had no taste.
You tell him.
Silence!
He wanted big bags, Lord.
Big bags?
Call for PG Tips.
And now the verdict.
Very tasty, very nice.
Not a bad judge, is he?
The black bag, Ronnie, old son?
I only brought the big bags.
Why don't you sit down and rest your brain? You lonely.
Lovely.
Right, now we'd better leave for the airport.
How many big bags have you, sir?
160.
And now, the films you've been waiting for. Straight from the files of the British Secret Tea Service.
My name is Bond. Brooke Bond.
Meet T, Bond's boss.
That's me.
Ada Lot.
You cold?
And the beautiful Tanya.
Brooke, darling.
The films they didn't think possible. On your screens now.
Morning, sir. Is it about the big bag?
You cold?
It's favorite tea.
Admirable.
If you get caught, Bond, use this converted tea urn.
What's a converted tea urn?
About 15 quid a week.
Yeah, I'll say a little bit corny there. Does anybody know what this is? This is a completely different subject now. I just got this. This is obviously people going to Thailand. There's a camera there. It says thermal scan. Check here. Please walk slowly in line. Take off your hat or hijab. Take off your glasses. Is it a heat-seeking camera? Is it if you've got a temperature? So I'm just guessing, but I'm imagining that when you walk past this camera, if you've got a high temperature because you've got, you're positive, then this will pick it up. Is that what it is? Does anybody know? Doesn't look like a lot of fun though, does it? All right. Right. Jamie said, Jamie, I'm going in December, but not interested in ladyboys, so I'd rather not get into this situation. It's not a case, Nick, of being interested in ladyboys. I'm certainly not. But when you're trying to do the live streams and come up with competitions, it's really difficult to come up with stuff that you can do. Some people haven't been to Thailand. I remember I said before, I got a load of bars in Pattaya, and I said, where is this bar? Where is that bar? And a lot of people come in and say, I've never been to Pattaya. So, I'll keep it going for a while. I think most people like this competition. D-Rock says, loving the monkeys. Give me some ideas about some of the older adverts to get for you, because I want to do some every week. And I've still got other monkey adverts. They made so many. Right. Williamson says, where in the blazes did you dig these retro commercials? You have to look around, William, because when I do a stream, I don't just feed off the comments. I've seen YouTubers, all they do is feed off the comments, but to try and make it interesting, I've been kind of swung off tonight because it all went wrong at the beginning, and it's kind of my mood went a little bit, and I wasn't I'm hung up a little bit on it now. I shouldn't be, but that's just how my character is. But I try to find interesting stuff to add into it, because in answer to your question, where the blazes I find it, I just have to look around. It's really difficult because you can't just go onto YouTube and pinch stuff, because people own that material, and they'll you can get copyrighted, you get a strike against your account. So you've got to get it from somewhere that says you can share this at no charge, no royalties, nothing. Right. I know my ever sees laugh out loud. The sci-fi ones still look better than the most recent Star Wars trilogy. I said that last week, didn't I? I said these adverts that they used to show there, they're actually funnier than some of the programs we got on now. Love that last one. People still talking about the ladyboys. Oh, okay. So I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it Royus Lewis? Test your temperature going through. Yeah, I thought that's what it was. I've seen it today, and I hadn't seen one before. But that's all it can be. What else could it be? That it must kind of read your temperature when you go through and pull you out the line, Okay, Richard said the same. Test your body heat. Paul Arnott says automatic flare camera. Yeah. Xbox, yeah. They have those in Kuwait malls. Yeah. Why do they have them in malls? That's quite interesting. IR scan. Okay. I'll put that up there. They have them in the VA in the USA. What's the VA? Daz. Hi, Peter. Please be careful. They are adding extra charges for luggage on top of the advertising flight prices on popular. Please be careful. They're adding extra charges for luggage on top of. Okay, so you've got to be careful where you're. But somebody left a comment. I can't remember who it was. I'd love to mention you now. I can't remember who it was, but somebody left a really interesting comment before the stream actually started. What he said is, when you're looking for a flight, you just go on to, one of these you type in find a cheap flight and you'll get Flight Scanner and direct flights and save money flights, whatever the website is. What he was saying was if you keep doing searches, they raise the price. As you get the price back, it comes up a little bit more. And he said the best way to do it is you look for the price in private mode. On Google Chrome, you can open a new window it's called incognito window. So if you click the three dots, you go down new incognito window. If you do it on that, apparently it will hold the price. I don't know. I'll play around with that tomorrow. See if I can see if that's true. Not that he's lying, but just I want to see for myself. Okay, one resource says it also detects for ladyboys. Yeah, everyone's saying temperature check. Okay, Ben says usually ladyboys are hottest about it. They put you out. Oh, all right, okay. We won't mention packages at this. Never know who's watching. Right. Okay, let me see if I've got any other stories that I've missed out for you tonight. We've done that. Yeah, they're all done. Okay. Yeah, bounty adverts. Do you know what? It's really weird because I was listening when I walk in the morning. Part of my diet is I do a lot of walking. So I walk about 1.5 miles in the morning. Now I walk 1.5 miles in the evening. I brought that down from 5.5 miles in total. But I was listening to LBC, London Broadcasting Company, if you're not from the UK, and they were talking about the carbon footprint and what people are doing to off their own backs to try and save the planet, as it were. And one guy was saying he's not taken as many trips on long haul flights. That's his contribution to saving the planet. And the presenter actually said, we used to, when we have an exotic holiday, we go to Thailand. This is one of the presenters on LBC. And he actually said that this morning. He said, if you've never been to Thailand and you've seen the beaches there on these islands, he says, remember the old bounty adverts? He says, I phoned up my mum. I said, Mum, it's just like a bounty advert. So that's a good one. I'll make a note of that and I'll have a look at them. They're not really comical, are they? But they're I guess some of them were filmed in Thailand because the beautiful beaches and what have you. Right. Right. S Wong says, trust me, if you're going to party in Thailand, it will do you good to be able to tell the lady boys apart from the. But you can't you? It's difficult from a picture because when you're looking at a picture, they look like women, but when you see them in real life, they exaggerate everything. They're very loud, and you just know. People say, I've said this many times, people say, do you think some guys pick up ladyboys by accident? No, they don't. Right. And Oversay says, Peter, you should show the intros for some of the old kids shows like Button Moon, Blue Peter, Bagpuss, Campbellwick Green. Yeah, I don't know. I'd get on with copyright on that one. Would be a blast. I'll tell you, the kids program I used to like was, because of my age now, they weren't very sophisticated, but there was one, I think it was called Mr. Ben. He used to go into a tailor shop, and every week was a different adventure. He'd go into the changing room, and when he opened the door and went into the changing room, he was in a whole different world. I used to like that. And Captain Pugwash. Can't forget Captain Pugwash. Right. Yeah, Jimmy advert, clunk click. Yeah, he did, didn't he? He did the clunk click adverts, Jimmy Savile. I don't think I'll be showing any of his adverts on here. Paul Hoskins says, I've got aftershave that smells of 1,000 baht notes. You'll be like the guy in the high karate advert then. Rolf, what adverts did Rolf Harris and Emu, what did they advertise? I can't remember them. Yeah, Kev, not tonight, mate, because it all went haywire at the beginning of the stream. I didn't have time. I just ran out and got a beer, so cheers. Right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up now. It was a bit of a disaster already. Yeah, look, guys, thanks for being patient. I really appreciate that all of you who came back in, because not only did it go wrong once, but I restarted it 3 times. I was lucky to get anybody in. We had over 300 people in at one point. So thank you to you guys. As I said, the stream is going to be every Friday now. And hopefully next week it won't be a disaster like it was. So it's kind of thrown me off, guys. It's kind of, when you get into the stream, you get it all ready, you come on and you're in a good mood. And when that happened, it's really hard to get my, I lost my mojo basically. So hopefully next Friday things will be a bit better. But I'm gonna say good night to everybody. I hope you have a great weekend. Don't forget, tomorrow morning there are 5 stories. I've made a video with 5 stories, about 30 minutes long. I'm hoping the Nat and Dave video comes out tomorrow. Simon's promised me faithfully it will be out tomorrow, but only time will tell. Guys, thanks a lot, and I'll see you next Friday.